Hello, I'm Martin Hawley with Keller Williams Fort Myers, and I am here today with Debbie Griffin with Florida Advantage Mortgage, and we want to introduce you today to her and let you get to know her a little bit. She is a rock star in our community as far as mortgages go, so we're so glad to be here with you today, Debbie. And before we talk about mortgages and before we talk about Florida Advantage, could you share a little bit about who Debbie is? A little bit of your background.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me today.
Sure.
I'm been here all my life, born and raised.
Wow.
My whole family is. My grandkids are sixth generation, so we are true Floridians.
That's incredible. You don't meet many of those.
Yep, it's very rare. And I love it here. You know, why move? I live in paradise.
Yeah.
So I don't have any plans to move.
Very cool. So
Yep.
Grandkids, how many grandkids you got?
Two.
Aren't they the best?
If I would have known they would be so fun, I would have had them first.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have our first. She's 3 and we just love her.
Yeah, it's so much
It's
fun.
incredible, yeah. So, Debbie, we have that in common. My kids are 6th generation native Floridians. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that is
We'll
cool.
probably have to talk about family here. We probably are related somewhere.
Somewhere down the line.
That's incredible. So describe to us Florida Advantage and tell us a little bit about what you do and how you do it.
Florida Advantage is a brokerage, so I get to shop loans, rates,
Okay.
to find the best fit for our clients.
Okay, that's good.
And as I said, or maybe not yet, I've been in the business 25 years.
Okay, wow.
So I've worked for big lenders, small lenders, direct lenders,
Okay.
banks, and right now, to get the most flexibility, I feel a brokerage is the place to be.
Okay, so that must give a tremendous advantage with the clients that you can
Right.
get the best rate and so on. So that's incredible. That's
Yeah.
good to know. Very good. So what made you decide to get into the mortgage business?
Actually, that is a God thing. I got in the mortgage business when I adopted my niece.
Oh, wow.
And I was working in the food and beverage business,
Okay.
managing country clubs.
Mhm.
And that lifestyle does not allow for a parenting, being a single parent,
Right.
that you need to be. So I needed the flexibility,
Sure.
and I needed more control over my time and my income, everything.
Okay.
And so God opened the door. I was building my second house. Never had thought about the mortgage business before. And the person that I was doing the loan with owned the company, and she kept saying, "You'd be good at this. You really ought to
Wow.
talk to me." And I just kind of, yeah, whatever. And then when we were getting towards the end, she said, "Really, you need to talk to me." And so I did. I went and took the test, and the rest is history.
That's incredible. So the flexibility is wonderful to have in your job, and that's a great why in the beginning.
Right.
I had no idea you adopted your niece. That's
Yeah.
really cool. So what is your motivation today? Why do you stay in the business? You said before the interview that you love
Yeah.
what you do.
I
so.
do love what I do.
Yeah.
And as I said, it's a God thing because He put me here. I love it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to do anything else. But my big why is my kids, my
Okay.
grandkids, my daughter, being able to leave them a legacy.
Sure.
And also model that out there you can create your own future
Yeah.
if you work hard enough.
Yeah.
And that's important.
That's very cool. What do you love most about the mortgage business?
I absolutely love putting the puzzle together,
Okay.
because I've got to fit guidelines into what the client's needs. But at the end of the day, it is getting that family of 4 animals into a home that are throwing money away renting.
Okay.
And I could like weekly
Yeah.
tell you stories, and it is so rewarding.
We tell clients that all the time, and the real estate part of it, I refer people to Debbie, and I tell them all the time, you can usually buy cheaper than you can rent,
Yeah.
especially with
In
interest
this
rates, even though
market.
they've crept up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's true. So yeah, that's a huge thing. So what is something, maybe someone that do you have a story maybe of someone, a family, without mentioning their name, but of somebody that's been really memorable that you were able to help?
There was, it's been some years now,
Right.
but there was a single mom that, she lost her husband.
Wow.
So, and rents were going up and up, and she didn't think she could do anything.
Wow.
And her friend, a realtor, asked her to talk with me. And then we did a little bit of work, but within a couple months of getting things the way they needed, we got her in a home. And that, you know, after losing a spouse and having 2 little ones, that changed her life.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing to be able to take somebody out of that situation and help them build a future. 'Cause I tell people as well, and you can relate to this, you're either paying somebody else's mortgage or you're paying your own and building equity. So in renting, that's certainly the case. So what are your goals over the next year or 2 or 5? Or
My goal this year is I want to double the amount of families I help.
Okay.
And you know, that is a big goal because I helped quite a few last year, but I really truly want to double that. So
okay. Very cool. That's awesome. So you can help people with new homes, but you also do refinances, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's something people could call and reach out to you and
Absolutely. Purchase primary homes, second homes, investment.
Okay.
That's somewhat a different animal.
Sure.
But that is truly, in my opinion, how you grow wealth today is investing in real estate.
Yeah.
I quite often, in fact, I've got a client now that we worked very hard, got her debt down, and enabled her to buy a bigger house for her family, her growing family, and afterwards we are going to add investment property.
That's so cool.
To help her grow wealth and her legacy for her family.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
That's passive income, and finally you can work for yourself and not work for somebody else.
Right.
So don't pay their mortgage and work for yourself. That's a double win right there. That's incredible. So what are your greatest, we talked about your greatest like stories and people you've helped. What are some of the greatest challenges that you face in this business?
The mortgage business on a whole is very challenging.
Okay.
After 25 years, this is more challenging than it ever has been before. Wow. So it's demanding on the buyer, on the borrower. We've got to do things in a certain way, have paperwork, and I mean paperwork.
I know what you mean. It's like a mountain now.
Yeah, it is. And the government is very big on tracing where the money comes from. Yeah. So that's the biggest challenge is people with the bank accounts after it clears the bank and that kind of thing. So, but I take them step by step. And so that they know the next step's coming.
Okay. And
help them through that hard part, along with my assistant, who is incredible. I couldn't do it without her. And you know, we, knock on wood, always close on time.
Good.
And you know, that is a big goal. That is a non-option for me.
This is an intimidating process for a lot of people.
It is.
And they can be scared to even get started. But I think one thing I love about you and referring to you is once they just have that initial phone call, you seem to take some of the fear out of them.
Yes.
And you just kind of calm everything and says, you know, we'll walk you through this, and you hold their hand, and that's really a great service you do. So that's really fantastic. So we talked about challenges, we talked about wins. What's your most memorable customer experience besides the single mom?
Oh my gosh, there are so many. I often say he's getting a chapter in my book.
That's funny.
And it's just, oh gosh.
Yeah.
I had this really crazy guy that
Just one?
Well, one of the most memorable ones, and it was a long time ago. And he kept trying to create guidelines.
Okay.
But when you're doing something for the government, by the government guidelines, you have to follow those.
Yeah.
And he would come up with he would move money. He would go out and buy things. I mean, you just let me lead you, and then afterwards do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Is the moral of that story.
Wow, that's incredible. So Debbie, being a fifth generation native Floridian, we have to ask you a little bit about South Fort Myers, because these websites that this is being posted on are hyper local. Cypress Lake, the Villas, and Whiskey Creek are the primary areas this video goes to. So being that long here, what's your favorite thing about Florida?
Well, there's so much. I love taking my grandkids and going to attractions. I mean, you can do that all year round and never leave Florida.
Yeah,
Number one, and they love it.
Yeah.
This past summer, we spent 6-7 days at the Disney parks, the 3 parks, and just creating those memories.
Yeah.
And like when we stay in town, we go to parks, beaches. My backyard is full of trees. So we like the outdoors, and you can't beat Florida. Sunshine 24/7. So
that's true, and there's no white stuff to show.
No. I did see snow twice, and I decided it's really pretty on TV.
Yeah. What's the best way for customers to reach you?
My cell phone is 239-980-4209.
Okay.
I have it 24/7. It's never off. And that literally is the best way to get me.
All right, very good. Well, we'll put some more information about you on the video clip, but we appreciate all you're doing. Thank you so much for being a part of our community and just supporting everybody the way you do.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right.